He joins us now in our Westminster studio. Morning to you.
Good morning.
This sounds like you're accepting defeat, or at least acknowledging the possibility of defeat before the referendum even happens.
No, it just goes to show, if you get asked a question by a journalist and you answer it honestly, you can get into real trouble. Look, I think we're going to win this referendum. Why? Because there's far more passion on the Leave side of the argument. Leave voters are much more likely on June the 23rd to go down to the local primary school and vote. So I think we're going to win. If we were to lose narrowly, which I don't believe we will, if we were, then what I can see is a large section, particularly in the Conservative Party, who feel the Prime Minister is not playing fair, that the Remain side are using way more money than the Leave side, and there would be, you know, a resentment that would build up if that was to be the result. Having said that, I still think Leave is going to win.
But the quote here in the Mirror says that you told them that if the split in the result was 52% to Remain and 48% to Leave, then that would be unfinished business, and that would be a reason to have a second referendum in time. Is that the figure you accept, 52 to 48?
Before there was any second British referendum, there will be referendums on EU membership in Denmark and possibly in France as well. So if Britain doesn't leave the European Union, it's possible that somebody else will do it before us. Don't underestimate, right across the whole of the European continent, people increasingly are saying this European project does not work.
I know you want to talk about other things, and you say you just mentioned this in an interview, but the fact is that this sort of headline does make people think, doesn't it? And if somebody's sitting at home this morning, they haven't decided how they're voting, and they think, well, I might vote to leave, I might vote to stay, the fact that you're even talking about the possibility of a follow-up second referendum might persuade them to vote to stay in, because they think they'll get a second chance. Your Brexit colleagues are not going to be very happy with you for at least mentioning this and putting it on the agenda, are they?
That is how many in the Conservative Party feel. I'm not putting it on the agenda. I don't want a second referendum. I want to win this one.
What sort of majority would you not accept?
I want to win this referendum. I think the passion is with the Leave side. I think we are going to win this referendum. OK. You're making a speech today about security, aren't you? Particularly about the European arrest warrant, which is something that I know you've campaigned against in the past. It's something that many people think makes us much safer. It allows for criminals or suspected criminals to be extradited to other European countries, that it makes us more secure. What a bizarre situation. Ever since Magna Carta, we've had protections in this country under our own system of common law, the presumption of innocence before guilt, habeas corpus, meaning they can't bang us up without charging us in a prison. And I'm afraid, being part of the European Union has turned that on its head. We have had innocent people, without the production of any evidence at all, taken off to jails in southern Europe, where they're put in prison, left there for a year, the key effectively is thrown away, and they haven't even faced a charge, then they get released. All of that happening to innocent British people, whilst at the same time, European Convention on Human Rights, meaning we can't deport serious criminals or even terrorists to other parts of the world. And what I'm saying is that European law goes against everything our judicial system has ever stood for.
Theresa May, the Home Secretary, says that about 5,000 people suspected of serious crimes have been extradited from the UK over about a 5-year period. Surely that's a good thing, isn't it, if people who are suspected of serious crimes are not here anymore?
Well, the point is, British citizens should not be deported from this country to other countries who frankly have inferior systems of criminal justice without at least evidence being produced. That is fundamentally wrong. And don't forget, for a couple of 100 years, we've had extradition treaties with a variety of countries all over the world. We do not need a European arrest warrant to get rid of or to bring back dangerous people.
Nigel Farage, I'll let you carry on with this campaign.
You didn't frankly have the balls to put country before party.